Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to A Writer's Corner with me, Lisa. I'm an ex-teacher and writer, and in today's corner, we are going to be discussing how to finish a writing project. Now, this project may be your manuscript, your novel, a script itself, whatever it is you are working on, and we're going to be discussing how to complete that if you are neurodivergent. So what does it mean to be neurodivergent? Now, this word is used to describe people whose brain processes information differently, and those who have behavioral traits that would not be considered the norm. Folks who are on the autism spectrum, folks who have ADHD, or various other learning needs and disabilities. And of course, all of this is more of an umbrella encompassing a lot of different people with different learning needs. Think of it as folks who are your typical learners and your atypical learners. I like to think of it as kids who can sit in a classroom and listen to instruction all day, in comparison to kids who need to run around and play and touch and feel in order to learn better. I myself have undiagnosed ADHD, and to be honest, I've had it all my life. And I didn't have a name for it, nor did I understand what any of this was until I was nearing my 30s, and now my life makes sense. Plus, I see it in my kids. If you're questioning if you fall in this category, not that categories are bad, let me know if you can relate to these personal examples. You feel like you don't fit in at school and/or work. You struggle in school, especially in subjects that are supposed to be easy. You constantly need movement or distractions. You go from one unfinished task to another, but you eventually complete them all. You are either extremely organized or extremely messy. You are a perfectionist. You hyperfixate on things such as what you could have said better in an earlier conversation, and your brain feels like it's always on the go. Don't worry if you're like me and you check off most of the things on this list. Nothing is wrong with you. You and I just process information differently. Our brains are wired differently. And hey, diversity makes the world a better place. I mean, would you rather be that person who works a boring robotic job that you hate, or somebody who wakes up and wants to be a better version of themselves yesterday, especially the person next to them? What? I challenge you to be the latter. Going back to our topic, how can someone who cannot focus nor learn like your typical group of people finish their writing project? Well, here are 8 techniques to help you start and finish your manuscript, especially if you are neurodivergent. The first thing to do is to make a to-do list. List all the tasks that you need to accomplish today and tackle them one by one, starting with the hardest and longest one. This is because once you have finished the hardest, longest task, the other tasks will feel like a reward. Physically check off each item as you complete them and then reward yourself in the end. You can have a lollipop, a movie, a nap, you name it. For me, it's having my husband grab dinner. The second thing to do is to get moving. If your writing task is to write for 1 hour, give yourself time in between to get up and stretch and get moving. You could also spend this time chatting with a friend, a pet, or your partner. Movement gives your brain a break so that by the time you return to your writing, you are set and ready to go, and of course, very refreshed. Other ways to incorporate movement is by changing up the scenery. Say you have an office in the house, change it up and go to the kitchen. Move to the dining table, go outside, write in the car, write in bed, or go to the coffee shop. Your brain will thank you. The third thing to do is to listen to music or other. I admit I can't write in an extremely quiet space. I need noise of some form. Therefore, I either have to be listening to music, a podcast, or an audiobook. If I don't do so, my brain will actually start creating noise on its own, and it's very distracting. Therefore, incorporate music or some other noise into your writing time. White noise machines or fans work great too. The fourth thing you can do is to body double. Body doubling is when you have someone else present while you are working on a task. Having someone else around motivates you to keep going, and you can both keep each other accountable. You can do this by either grabbing a friend or a family member, having a writing group, going to the coffee shop, or even the library. You don't necessarily need someone you know around you as you're writing. It just helps to have others around you because you'll stay motivated because, well, they're progressing too in whatever tasks they're working on. And that's the whole point of body doubling. Trust me, this is how I got done with college, and I never want to go back to school because it was extremely hard for me. The fifth thing you can do is to work on multiple projects. I admit this is something that I do as a writer. My brain can't stick to one topic or one big project at a time. I actually go from one to the other naturally. My brain comes up with multiple story ideas, scenarios, dialogues, blog posts, etc. So I just work on the one that's the most interesting and most motivating at that time. I also learned that this is something that James Patterson does to alleviate writer's block, and I couldn't agree better. If you find yourself struggling to start and finish your manuscript, I highly suggest that you switch to another one. And who knows, that one may be the one that you finish first. The sixth thing to do is to create an outline. Whether you are a pantser or a plotter, having an outline will ensure that you start and finish what you set out to do. This is because you are keeping yourself accountable with a physical outline. And this can be as easy as creating a plot diagram, a list of events, or a beat sheet. Now, I won't go over how to create all three of these because I've already made a video on that, so you can go watch that here. Again, an outline is to help you complete what you have set out to do. The seventh thing to do is to set a timer. Another way to keep yourself accountable is to set a timer. If you want to write for 15 minutes, set a timer. If you want to write for an hour, set a timer. Having a timer eliminates any guessing with time and also forces you to put something down on paper before the time runs out. This is also a great way to start a writing prompt, and if you find that you need more time, then give yourself more time. The eighth thing you can do is to give yourself a smaller writing challenge. If completing a full-length novel sounds too daunting for you, try something smaller. This could be a novella, a short story, a flash fiction, or even just a writing prompt. Completing these smaller challenges or projects will still make you feel highly accomplished in the end. Personally, this is how I recently completed 2 novellas. It started as a writing challenge, and I got it done in time, and I just published the first one, right there, and I'm in the midst of the second one. So of course, I feel highly accomplished, and I want you to feel the same way. So give yourself a smaller writing challenge. To see how the writing challenge went for me, see the description box below. In conclusion, those of us who are neurodivergent struggle to write consistently and to finish a writing project. To keep yourself motivated and to ensure that you start and finish your writing project, try these 8 techniques today. And if you have one that I did not list that works for you, list it in the comment box so that you can help other writers. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope that this list helps you. And if you need other writing inspiration, check out the videos here, and I will see you there. Until then, take care and have fun reading and writing. Bye!